Television reporter Heidi Ju Castro holds up the Capital Gazette editorial page. Mark Wilson Getty Images. On the morning after the unfathomable tragedy in its Annapolis newsroom, the Capital Gazette somehow published a newspaper. "Yes, we're putting out a damn paper tomorrow," the Capital's Twitter account had promised in the wee hours, repeating a defiant statement made hours earlier by one of the paper's reporters, Chase Cook. Cook's was the first of 10 bylines on Friday's front page, on the only story that mattered, about the shooting deaths of his Capital colleagues. 5 employees of the Capital Gazette, Gerald Fischman, Rob Hiason, John McNamara, Rebecca Smith and Wendy Winters, were killed Thursday when a gunman entered the newspaper's offices and opened fire, the article read. Above the story, and just below the newspaper's nameplate, were photos of the 5 victims. More details about the mass shooting were on page 2 of the A section, the newspaper noted in a small front-page box. A history of the Capital Gazette was on A3. Profiles of the victims appeared on A4 and A5. The morning after Capital Gazette shooting, Annapolis reads and mourns. Its hometown paper editorials were on A9, just after the obituaries, according to the standard A1 index. Capital Gazette, but there was nothing standard about the Capital Gazette's editorial page on Friday. It was almost entirely blank, a vast expanse of white with just 56 words in the center. The haunting, heartbreaking page was a stark contrast to the horrible and huge A1 headline. "Today, we are speechless," the newspaper wrote. "This page is intentionally left blank to commemorate victims of Thursday's shootings at our office." And then it named all 5 of them, starting with Fischman, the award-winning opinion page editor. The @CapGaz News opinion page is powerful, photojournalist Christopher Asif tweeted. "Empty. Void. Like the lives of those who knew the dead, worked with them, or, without realizing it, were affected by their work in the public's interest." The newspaper added that the editorial page would return to regular programming, or at least its steady purpose, on Saturday. "Tomorrow," the editorial board wrote, "this page will return to its steady purpose of offering our readers informed opinion about the world around them, that they might be better citizens." Anne Arundel County Executive Steve Shaw holds a copy of the Capital Gazette on Friday. Patrick Zemansky AP, "The Lives Lost in the Capital Gazette Newsroom Shooting View Graphic. The Lives Lost in the Capital Gazette Newsroom Shooting Analysis. More than 50 years of view." Mass shootings, the victims, sites, killers, and weapons view graphic analysis. More than 50 years of view. Mass shootings, the victims, sites, killers, and weapons.